Hi everyone, I'm Brimston and welcome to review of Omen, the 7th record by the band Soulfly. Today we're celebrating the 15th anniversary of the record, so I decided to go back and see if it still holds up or not. My story with this band is quite simple. My siblings were massive fans of Sepultura, and when Max left that band and he started Soulfly, they also bought his first album with this project, and I was already born and they would play me their music. Years later, I was like 3-4 years old, Primitive was already out, and I had first 2 Soulfly records on cassette tapes. I would just jam them every single day. I just loved listening to Soulfly so much. The first 2 records, still some of my all-time favorite albums to this day. Since then I am a massive fan of this band and I'm always waiting for new music. The 3rd record came out, was like great, then Prophecy, then Dark Ages, which was fantastic, Conquer came out, then Cavalera Conspiracy dropped Inflicted, which was supposed to be a Soulfly record, but they've changed it. Anyways, back in May 2010 when this record dropped, I've listened to it on the release date and I was very happy with it, and that's why I'm making this review. Some sad informations first. This is the last record with the more classic lineup of the band, I would say, because we've got 2 classic Soulfly lineups. The first one that was on the first 3 records, and the second classic lineup that was Max on the vocals and guitar, Mark Rizzo on lead guitar, Bobby on the bass and Joe on the drums. So after Omen, both Bobby and Joe quit the band, stating that they weren't treated right by Max. Same thing happened with Mark Rizzo just a couple of years later, so that's quite sad that nowadays no one is in the band except Max. The album has 2 editions, the standard one which has those Tusken Raiders here on the cover, then the second one. I don't know why, but I prefer the normal one more than the deluxe edition. What's interesting about this record is that we only have 2 guests. Usually Max Cavalera invites more people to jam on Soulfly albums. Also, these words, all songs composed by Max Cavalera, you have to take this with a grain of salt, because while he did the skeletons of the songs, you know, the main guitar riffs, all of the guitar solos are written and performed by Mark Rizzo. So that's actually very important, especially if you enjoy guitar solos here. Some other interesting information that I found is that there are 3 songs that were written for Omen but never recorded and released. Those are the title song, Apocalyptic Clash and 7 Daggers. It's quite interesting how these songs would have sounded, because every Soulfly album has outtakes. I would love to hear them, or for Max to record them, because who knows, maybe these songs are even better than the stuff we got on the albums. The production is tight, was handled by Max Cavalera and Logan Mather, the ex-guitarist of Machine Head, current guitarist of Once Human, and I love the production, you know, the guitars, the bass, the drums, the vocals, how they are mixed, it all sounds perfect. Message is diverse, the songs are mostly about violence, torture, war, conflicts, but also society. Long gone are the days of positive lyrics about spirits and determination like on the first couple of records. Structure is between basic and advanced. Usually some of the songs go like this: intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge. That's it. And the bridge is like 2 to 4 segments. The advanced songs add a lot of guitar solos by Mark Rizzo, for example Virtual Culture, which has like 4 to 6 guitar solos and a lot of changes in the middle. The bridge is like very technical. After that we have some symphony at the end, so that's quite interesting. When it comes to the music genre on this record, Soulfly abandoned the nu metal genre after Prophecy. While Dark Ages still had 5 to 10% of nu metal, it wasn't that much, to be honest. Conquer, that one had like maybe 2 songs that were slightly nu metalish. Here the only song that has like small traces of nu metal is Off With Their Heads, because it has that chromatic, very dark, Korn sounding riff at one point, and that's basically it. Instead of nu metal, the band plays here a hybrid of death metal, thrash metal and groove metal, with a little touch of hardcore punk thrown in. What's interesting is that Soulfly has always been known as a band that experiments, uses some void music elements, even rap in some cases. All of that is almost gone here, like only one song has like symphony electronic elements and that's virtual culture. Everything else, including the title song Soulfly 7, they don't have any world music influences whatsoever. It's like Soulfly turned into a standard metal band, so very fan of those first records, you might be very disappointed that there isn't much experimentation here. When it comes to the musicianship, let's start with the drummer. He's fantastic. I love Joe, his double bass work, his groove, the style, the precision of his playing, it's all beautiful. Next, the bass work by Bobby. While the bass isn't that audible, not as much as on the previous records, he mostly follows the guitars, that's it. It's very sad, that's just the truth. The guitar work, well, Max is playing on his 4-string guitar, dun, 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 dun. The riffs are simple but heavy and effective, very fast. Mark Rizzo, on the other hand, is like the hero of this band. His guitar solos are keeping even the more dull moments interesting. Like, he actually was the soul in Soulfly, because the first records, the nu metallish ones, did not need Mark Rizzo, but when the band shifted to more death thrash groove style, the songs need good guitar solos, and Mark Rizzo always provided that, and he does provide it here, so now he's gone and I have no clue how the band is going to move forward, because Totem wasn't a great album and the guitar solos mostly sucked ass there, so that's just me being brutally honest, because I love this band, I'm a massive fan, and just because you love something doesn't mean that you cannot criticize it. Last but not least, let's talk about the vocal performance by Max. I love his screaming, shouting, yelling, growling here. All of the vocals are just beautiful and the guests are also killing it. Now let's rate the individual songs. The album opens up with Blood, Bath, and Beyond. Blood, Bath, and Beyond. I love the guitar riffs here. The reborn of black. Dum 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 dum. Sorrows on a ray. Dum dum. Blood. Dum 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 dum. Love the middle part with Mark Rizzo doing that very cool Chuck Schuldiner inspired guitar riff. After that, the song ends with more melodic death metal influenced melodies. Blood. Bath. And Beyond. Love that, very epic sounding, I would say. 10 plus out of 10. Rise of the Fallen. So this one features Greg of the Dillinger Escape Plan, nowadays also of Better Lovers. Great vocalist. Because of this song we have that side project Killer Be Killed, which I also reviewed last year, so go check that video out. Love it. Love this collaboration. The instrumental work fits Greg's voice perfectly, and Max is also straight up killing it on the chorus. Rise of the Fallen, the breakdown in the chorus, the bridge section with beautiful the melodies, just everything. This is a classic track, go listen to it right now. It was released as a single with a music video, and when I heard it I was like, yeah, this album is going to be great, and it was. 10 plus out of 10. Great depression. Love the guitar riffs. While back in 2010 I thought this song was like a filler, I grew to love it, especially because of the middle part. The guitar solo by Mark is just straight up astonishing. The that melody never leaves my head. This is a beautiful, fantastic track. 10 plus out of 10. Little Injection features Tammy Victor of Prong, and wow, this track sounds so demented and dark. Son, the little injection, bro, they lied to you. You're a false at the first correction. Your little dose is a little injection. That guitar riff. It's so fantastic to hear, you know, that main guitar riff. And then Max comes in with his vocals. We get some melodies as well. Hell yeah, this song goes hard as hell. 10 plus out of 10. Kingdom sounds like a melodic death metal song. We go for what the kingdom shall fall, and fire, follow the fire on this music empire. He name drops the record here with Omen shall fall. So yeah, great stuff. Again, fantastic song, one of the best on the album, that's for sure. 11 out of 10. Jeffrey Dahmer, I'm not going to lie to you, this is the weakest song on the record. It's great, mostly because of Mark Rizzo. He's saving the more dull moments with his cool, very beautiful sounding solos. Yeah, this one is heavy, but it sounds like it's heavy for the sake and the purpose of being heavy. Like, I don't know why, it's just how it is, but the song is still great. 8 out of 10. Off with their heads. I love the guitar solos here, there are like 4 to 6 of them, and they're always fun to listen to. They make the track stand out. It actually sounds like a B-side from Cavalera Conspiracy Inflicted album. I don't know why. It reminds me of Blood Brawl from that record. Hell yeah, 9 out of 10. Vulture Culture. Vulture Culture. This one, yet again, great crazy guitar riffs, fantastic vocals and drumming, guitar solo, hell yeah. And then the more beautiful laid-back outro that reminds you of what Soulfly was at the beginning. This is the only song that reminds you of that. So yeah, 10 out of 10. Mega Doom is a sequel to Doom of the Conquer album. I love this one. The intro. Doom, doom, dreams of nightmare, dreams of... That melody, again, very Chuck Schuldiner inspired one. Welcome to Mega Doom, enter the Mega Doom, follow the Mega Doom, killing, bleeding, killing, bleeding, killing, bleeding. Doom 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 doom, epic melody, and then doom 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 wow wow doom doom in the bridge. Every single section here slaps. This song and the end of Kingdom has melodies that remind me of the video game Doom, the original one from 1993. Mega Doom, hell yeah. 11 out of 10. Counter Sabotage will lead him to demise. Counter Sabotage. The main melody, do 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 doom doom, and that Mark Rizzo melody in the background. It reminds me of Black Sabbath for some reason. I have no clue why. What's interesting about this one is the sheer brutality. The well, I see, never say, never. I love Max screaming here. He sounds so full of energy on this track. And yeah, then the melodies happen, you know, the solos in the middle and the outro. All is well here, 10 out of 10. And the final track, the instrumental piece, Soulfly 7. Sadly, at the time, at least to me, this was the weakest Soulfly song, and I stand by that. You know, it's not as good as the first 6 ones, but it's better than some of the new ones, I must say. Yeah, the atmosphere here is quite nice, but there are no world music elements. It just sounds like a more beautiful instrumental rock piece written by Mark Rizzo, because obviously it's him who wrote that. I feel like since Conquer, only Mark Rizzo is writing the Soulfly songs, because Soulfly 5, I feel like that was the last one where Max had some input on, but Soulfly 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, those were all Mark Rizzo, like, because they sound exactly like his solo records. So yeah, 9 out of 10. Now let's talk about the bonus songs on the Digipack Deluxe Edition. 4 Sticks, a Led Zeppelin cover, has no vocals, Mark Rizzo is doing the solos. Yeah, it's nice, it's a great cover, but it does not sound like Soulfly at all. It sounds like something that Mark Rizzo wanted to do. 8 out of 10. Refuse Resist, Sepultura cover, so this is not as good as the original one, but I do enjoy the hell out of it, but it will never replace the original track, the original version. 9 out of 10. And finally, Your Life, My Life, Excel cover. This is actually fantastic. I love the atmosphere here, the guitar riffs, the hardcore punk influences. The track goes hard, yeah. It sounds like a Soulfly song, but it's not a Soulfly song. 9 out of 10. To sum it all up, the consistency is stable and the flow is fitting. Groupability, yeah, it's a masterpiece. Would I change anything about this record? Probably not. Maybe if I've heard those 3 songs that were written but not recorded for the album, maybe I would change my mind then. Maybe some of those songs were better than Jeffrey Dahmer or Off With Their Heads, then I would replace them. But from what we have here, I am satisfied. I love songs like Kingdom, Bloodbath and Beyond, Rise of the Fallen, Great Depression, Lethal Injection, Virtual Culture, Mega Doom, Counter Sabotage. Those are the best ones here. While the bonus tracks aren't that interesting, they're still done competently, especially that Excel cover. So yeah, celebrate nervously by spinning this record today. It deserves your love and attention. In my ranking, this is probably in the middle of Soulfly discography. It's way better than Conquer, it's better than Soulfly 3, it's better than Savages, Archangel, Ritual and Totem, but it's not better than every other Soulfly record. That's just how I feel about it. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe, follow me on my Instagram, links in the description. Shout out to all of my patrons who gracefully sponsored these videos, you all truly wonderful. If you want, join them so I can make more reviews like this one, because I love making them, but they took so much time. Rise of the Fallen, do-doom, do-doom, doom. See you next time, have a great day, bye!